Hello everybody, and welcome to our first story here on Robert Mitchell's Christian channel, where you're going to get stories, music, and Bible study. Now folks, this is our first story. This is all about Joshua 1:9. And the title of this story is Elijah's Moment of Courage. So here we go. One night around 3:15 in the morning, a nurse named Elisa was sitting in the hospital break room. The lights above him were flickering and buzzing, and his coffee had already gone cold. On the table next to him was a paper talking about budget cuts and staff changes. Elijah was a charge nurse, which meant he was responsible for helping lead the whole team during their shift. Lately, the job had been really hard. The hospital always seemed busy. People were stressed, and Elijah felt completely worn out. It was the kind of tired where your body, your mind both felt heavy. He started wondering if he was even strong enough to keep doing this job and leading everyone through another difficult month. Elijah reached into his bag and pulled out a small journal his grandfather had given him. Inside the cover was a sticky note with the Bible verse Joshua 1:9. It said, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Elijah, he read it once. He read it twice. And the third time he noticed the words, "Do not be discouraged." He realized something important. Discouragement is really just fear fear that had been sitting around too long. He looked at the coffee, then at the door. He led back at the hospital hallway, and he didn't suddenly feel like a superhero. He was still tired, but he remembered something from the verse. Wherever you go, that meant even this hallway, even this shift. So he stood up and walked back to work. At the nurse's station, he saw a young doctor staring at a chart and looking like she might cry. Instead of giving a big speech, Elijah just said, "We're going to get through this shift. I'm right here if you need help." And then later that morning, he went into a patient's room where an older man was scared about having surgery that was happening later on that morning. Elijah sat on the edge of the bed, talked to him for just a few minutes, and he really didn't have that extra time to do that. But sometimes courage means slowing down, even when everything feels rushed. By the end of the night, Elijah realized something. Being strong and courageous today doesn't usually mean fighting a giant or carrying a sword like people did in ancient stories. Sometimes it just means choosing hope when things feel negative, showing up when you feel like giving up, and helping someone else even when you're tired. Elijah didn't need to solve every problem in the hospital. He just needed the courage to walk down the hallway. Folks, take Joshua 1:9 today and think about it on how your courage to get through the day is there. You know it's deep inside of you, and you know you can get through it, even through stressful times. Thank you for watching this short video. It's the first of our stories, and I know I made a couple mistakes. But as you join me, we'll get better. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless you. Amen.